So you're saying the more I touch things, the more money I make. That's a strange concept, but I think I can get behind it. Every touch so far, $2.50. But if I get a stick, can I hit things with the stick? Okay, we get $2.58 per touch now, and the stick wags around, but it's also making +1s casually. So if we buy to level 3, we get plus 1.93, so we're making $3.3 by itself and $2.80 per touch. Summon a jackhammer. No. I am the jackhammer. Alright, well, the sticks are over here waking up a storm. I don't really know what I'm upgrading here, so we're going to keep touching till we get the next upgrade because the blue bar is done. I'm just chasing things. I think I actually upgraded the rock. I'm getting $3.36 per click and 4.01 every second. So let's click away until we get the paintbrush without bristles. That's a big one. We're now getting $16 per second in the background, and we can click away at 4.37. We're going to try and maybe upgrade that paintbrush. It's got to get bristles at some point. It's just mean to have it without that. $630 for the next one. I don't currently have an auto clicker installed, so we're just going to have to make do with good old-fashioned willpower. That turned into a knife, and this is now like a rudimentary hoe. No, that's not a Jeff, but your mom. We're now making $44 per second and 6.7 per click. I'm not really sure. Do I want to upgrade this again? What does it turn into? Oh, it's like a bigger hammer now. A bigger hammer deserves a better rock. So we'll do a few of these. One more should get us a new rock upgrade. Still not entirely sure what this does. $7.97 per second. So, okay, yeah, which is a big step up in money. I can live with that. It's time to buy a paintbrush with bristles. One of you. And now what's our per second? 108. It's good fast progression in this, which matches the amount of caffeine I've had. So this works out very, very nicely. And there's still lots of things behind locks that we need to unlock at some point, but we'll get there. So 2.5, that turned into a screwdriver. What an assortment of tools. 20 per click, 208 per second. We need more. What happens if we get that to level 10? Anything? Nothing. So we'll just get it to wherever its level up is, probably more like level 12. I don't really know if or when things get a bigger bonus. Plus 864, plus 1378 now. But we get bigger increases from these for less money, so we'd be stupid not to click on these ones. We'll turn that knife into something better. I still don't really get, like, I get this one from a stick to like a pick. This turned from like a paintbrush without bristles into a knife. No, it's a rolling pin, so whatever. Okay, so I guess the upgrade here is times 1.44, so 3.7 would go by 1.4. Nope, I'm not really sure how that works. Maybe that's for clicking. Well, I don't really know. I'm not here to think, I'm here to click. We're up to 443 per second naturally and 41 per click. So I guess we're going to buy one of these. That's going to give us an extra 102 for about the same price as that. At least until we get it to level 3. And now it's giving us 200 per point put into that. And everything here is just doing its thing. We'll get an extra 205 for that. So we might as well. We'll upgrade the carrot into something better. The slippers are tempting, but we can do better. Making $1,200 per second now. Come on, carrot. There we go. A carrot turns into a fork with a pickle, I believe. That is the natural evolution of things after all. So we're making $1,500 per second in the background, and we unlocked whatever this is. Okay. We can build some concrete up. Oh, if we upgrade this over here, though, it does it automatically for us. So we need to start all of these going by themselves, because then I don't have to click over here. All right, well, we got everything coming up, and we can build once we get 1,000 of each. We don't really have time for that. We need to buy a piece of wood that turns into a baseball bat. To fund the other area, we need this area going, but we're making $3,000 in the background now. It's actually worth it probably to buy 4 of these instead of one of those. Not anymore, but we're committed. We need to see what's beyond the slipper. Ants. Then I guess we'll kind of just do the same for all of them. We'll just get that one to a paint scraper or something. Whoops, didn't mean to click that. Okay, the fork pickle. I want to see what's next. What's after a fork pickle? Probably only going to cost me several $100,000 to find out, but I'm committed now. A banana is next. Fascinating. We're going to need a lot to upgrade the baseball bat into whatever's next, but that's going to put our money way up. We're at 10,000 per second now. So for the next baseball bat, it would only take 10 seconds, and it's a baton. Maybe we should upgrade this. Yeah, that puts the numbers up a little bit. Might as well. I mean, it's pretty cheap right now. Give us bigger rocks. Ooh, look at this one. So that gave us about a 50% increase, $15,000 per second, $1,300 per click. This is a level 5 rock. We need a bigger rock. We'll keep chiseling away at it with all sorts of fun little things. This will almost be enough. 1, 2, a couple more clicks. And 3. Ooh, a rock with gems. We also found a prestige shop. We've gotten 13 prestige points so far, but we're not ready for that. What we will do is upgrade everything in my construction area because it's not going to be super expensive to do that yet. We're going to buy the $50,000 upgrades as well. And then it's not going to be long till we can get our 1,000 up everything. And then we can build our first building. The next one's going to be a little bit more expensive, but now we got a 1.05 times the multiplier. Oh, I see. They've all got probably 10 levels. So whether or not we actually get there, who really knows? This is kind of a waste. I just want to see what comes after the red pick. It's a boring looking pick. That's much less exciting than I thought it would be. All right, we're going to buy a baton. That's going to give us an extra, 20%, guesstimating naturally. These are pretty cheap. We'll buy some of these anyway, just because that's still going to be a pretty good increase. It's all going to help. We're up to 25,000 per second. That's going to turn it closer to 30 now, especially after that. 30,000 per second. Then we'll buy a few of these. Yeah, I like how quickly you can get the upgrades on this game. The pants are going to turn into a man holding, I don't know what that is, but what I know is that I need more bananas. Another one of those, going to be another 460,000 to get the banana into whatever's next. I don't know what things are anymore. So we're going to go back to construction land to build a few more buildings. It's going to get us a nice multiplier. While I'm at it, everything's getting a DPS upgrade because I'm really just sick of waiting. Speaking of waiting, we're doing it again, but we're almost ready to build building number 3. We've managed to save up $1.5 million for the first time, mostly because I can't help but click things as soon as I get the money today. Speaking of which, there's $60,000 per second and we got a hockey stick. $5,000 per click and I can click pretty fast. So it's always just a matter of what's worth it. Strangely, it always seems to be worth the money here to click this one, but since we can afford the others, we'll just, click away. Getting pretty close to $100,000 per second, so we'll be making millions very quickly at that point. And I guess these things do upgrade as they hit the next level, so I need to keep that in mind too. Like we'll upgrade that wrench into whatever's next with a few little clicks. 664 is all we need and we're already there. It's now a hammer. That's only going to cost about $3 million. We're almost there. 2 million more. And after toothpaste comes, I think, sunglasses or maybe a bra. And we're up to $4 million, so I guess I'll just buy whatever this is. It's going to be very expensive to upgrade that though. We did just officially break $100,000 per second though, so the money's going to stack up incredibly fast. Not fast enough for my liking though. We should be able to buy 2 more hot doggy upgrades. Wow, they get expensive with every upgrade. I think it's probably going to be a little while before we can upgrade that again, but it's now a pepper. We get 9,000 per click now every time we upgrade that, which is, this one's cheaper. Okay, checking back in on construction. Yeah, we could definitely build a few more buildings, and that's just going to give us a nice multiplier. Maybe while we're at it, we'll give everyone the $500,000 upgrade. That's just going to lead to good things for us, because that's really just not a lot of money anymore either. We'll buy a few hockey sticks because each one of these is $11,000 per second and growing, so we're up to $160,000 a second. We're at only 100 like a minute ago. Almost 200 now. There's another 15 per second. The next one should level it up. And I'm not bored of clicking yet, surprisingly. There's $200,000 a second, and that's a flute thing. And we're like halfway down the item unlocks. Our construction zone is doing well though. We can build more buildings now. Lots of them. And so we're making 266 per second. Let's upgrade that. That turns into, wow, that's like triple the amount, so that's worth it. It's going to be expensive, but we're pretty rich. Like, we did that and we can already build another building, which is a big one. Then coming back over here, I guess we'll upgrade this little guy because it's not super expensive to do. Okay, we're up to $230,000 per second. So every 4 seconds, we make almost $1 million. I just realized I'm basically using a banana to make millions of dollars. Along with his other weird little friends, it's all adding up. I guess maybe we should upgrade the rock thing itself. That's going to be very expensive. That's costing well over $10 million all by itself. I'm still not really sure if that just affects my clicking or something else. So if we upgrade that, well, it made a little difference. Actually, that jumped up pretty good now that it's, this thing. Okay, construction time again. It only costs about 20,000 to build the next building, so we can put a few more of those in for sure. The only thing we're lacking is wood and a bit of brick, but we'll get there quickly because our mining is just stupidly quick. All it takes is one of these, and that's over $300,000 a second. So we're making $1 million almost every 3 seconds now. Everything gets so big so quickly now. Like there is $330,000 a second. And we'll go back and build another building. And that actually gave us like over about $10,000 a second here. Then I'm going to spend $20 million upgrading my construction resources again at about $5.5 million each. But I think they basically just tripled their output again. So even more buildings. And by the time I'm back in this menu, we're got $10 million to spend again. Maybe we'll upgrade this one. Whatever turns green, I'm clicking on it. Except for maybe the pick. I guess whatever's the lowest level is probably what should be upgraded, because I think that's going to be the most, efficient. Because the pick will cost $3 million, but it gives us 500. Whereas this makes, it's twice the cost, but way more earnings. I mean, we're making millions of dollars pretty quickly. I want one more hammer, that's for sure. And that's going to put us up to $410,000 a second. And then we add another building or two, and let's buy a few more flutes. Wow, those are expensive, but that put us up to $520,000 a second. And I guess we should probably upgrade some of these other ones too. Like we can buy 2 there. It's only going to be another 2 before they get a big increase. And we'll buy a pepper, just because I'm getting impatient. I want to click on things. How are the buildings doing? Let's build some more of those. I can actually just sit here and wait, because as soon as this hits 167, we can build another building, which makes us more money again. And I really like making money. There it is, just a little one. Because then by the time I'm back over here clicking on a strange rock, we get halfway closer to here. A few more seconds and we'll be there. Okay, $27 million, that adds 14,000. The next upgrade is worth 23,000. But we're up to almost $2/3 every single second. Then we're gonna buy the pepper once, twice, which gave us a nice boost in itself, and a few more, and we'll be leveling that bad boy up as well. The buildings have definitely slowed down a little bit. We're just getting another one now, but we're gonna need to upgrade these as well. But we'll give the pepper another little upgrade. One more should push it into its next zone. That's just gonna cost a cool $40 million. I accidentally clicked on this, so we might as well just go with that for a second. It is giving us a good boost, not huge, but it's an adequate boost. Okay, the red pepper is bought. Next one's going to be worth 30,000, but we're up to $750,000 every second. So that makes you wonder what happens if we upgrade the rock one more time, like all the way up. It's going to be a few minutes, it's going to cost some money, but I want to see what's after the green tentacle-y thing. We've slowly saved up enough to build another building. I didn't even see what we built there. But I've also just realized how quickly things are slowing down, which makes me think we could just prestige. At this point, we'll get 70 prestige points. Press 5 times to collect. Yes. So we got 70 points to spend. We want more per second for sure. Times a few. Quicker mining time doesn't really seem that efficient yet. Cheaper prices I'll take once. Then I'll just take more per second, really. Maybe clicks. No, more per second. Now we just gotta start the ball rolling again, and we're gonna get, I already forget how much, an extra 30%. So we'll be making 30% more than we were last time. Plus things cost slightly less. So already we're making 1.3 instead of 1. And since I know how it works, we'll do it all the quicker this time. Like instead of waiting, we'll just upgrade that into its next thing, which is already giving us much more, 17.3 per second. So I bought a little bit of everything from the top row, $89 a second. We'll be flying in no time. Basically, I think the quickest strategy is just to try and burn all the way to this upgrade, because it's just worth it with the way this is laid out. Guys, as soon as I click on that, it doubles our income. Then it's super quick and easy to afford more of the other ones again. But I could just click on this one again and it gives us another 50% income. Basically between that and probably upgrading the rock, we could be in pretty good shape. I also need to remember to start the construction things going. I'm also just going to upgrade them all to level 2 right away. I might as well, because it's just going to give me good multipliers. And then I can just go back to mining these guys. Zooming along, I'm at 60,000 per second. The rock upgrades cost 60,000 per kind of slice, so we'll go ahead and upgrade that for a big upgrade, along with things like our banana, and we'll just keep on rolling. A few seconds later, I'm up to 100,000 per second, so we're quickly catching up to where we left off before the prestige. And with this hockey stick hitting level 18, we're up to $317,000 per second. I've also realized how efficient it is, like when you hit a new level, just to buy the first level after that, or the first stage after that, because they've all upgraded their stats, so you might as well buy the first one to really take advantage. It's very cheap at this point to get 37,000. And I think we're at the point where we can try and upgrade the rock again. After doing that, we're 429,000. We're over 50% of the way to where we left off already, and this took no time at all. And with this upgrade, we're at 800,000 per second. We've officially passed where we left off last time. So now it's just a matter of continually clicking until something new happens again. Even that, only 12.7 million for 13,000 extra. Upgrading a rock is also a good deal right now, because for only 7.5 million, I get an extra 6,000. so it's cheaper than this. Plus, I want to find out what pickaxe is next. So for 8.5 million, it's a yellow one. Plus, we just constructed a new building, so we're up to 870,000 per second. So every time we make a choice like this, we're very much closer to that $1 million per second we're aspiring to. But we should also upgrade that. There's another 6,000 per second. Then we'll do other $5 million upgrades for the construction site, so that way they can build more buildings so we can make more in the future. And with this little purchase, we've officially broken $1 million per second. And our nice little city is coming along nicely. We're even going to add that guy again. Also, we're going to do that, so we're at 1.14 million every single second. So given that our income is this high now, I think we could basically sit back and wait for a while. Every 5 seconds we'll make $6 million. A few short minutes later, and we have $1.35 billion to spend, so let's find out what rock is next. This is going to be pretty expensive by itself, but probably worth it. This one has clams on it. So we should also upgrade this to whatever that is and give it an upgrade, and also this to a skateboard and one of those. As for the construction site, let's build a few extra buildings. That still leaves us with $600 million to spend, and we're making $2 million a second. So naturally the thing to do is to buy a few skateboards, and then one of these, and then one of these, and one of these, and then we're up to $2.5 million every single second. A few more minutes later and we've got $7 billion. And we've saved up a little bit here. We should probably upgrade some of these, considering they're not super expensive for us anymore. I've got 1 million, 6 million of many of the resources, so we could probably add a few buildings. That by itself put us up to $2.75 million a second, so we're just going to go ahead and upgrade the skateboard a few more times. That's going to cost 1.88 billion by itself, but we're at $4.42 million every second. And just like that, we've doubled our income again, $5.1 million a second. I thought it was crazy when we hit 1. Plus we have a fun looking guitar. I wonder what comes after Hatchet. I guess we'll find out next time when we save up $5.25 million a second for a week or so.